Hi, you all. I am coming at you with a rant. Okay? There is a discussion that has been taking place. It has been beaten like a dead horse, and I'm wondering, when will the madness stop? If I hear another radio show, if I watch another news broadcast, if I hear about another panel discussion about why are so many black women single, I am going to scream. The episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta last night is really what pushed me over the edge. I was already on the edge. That pushed me over. Okay? Sheree's little doctor friend holding the panel discussion on why black women can't find a good black man. Okay, we've had Steve Harvey book. Okay, we've had the Nightline special. Okay, Nightline, a show that is a national show. Okay, spotlighting successful black women in Atlanta who are single. Okay, now we got this balding foolywang on Real Housewives talking about so many black women being single. Okay, now mind you, I was not going to watch it because of him constantly blurting out afro to the woman who had the big hair, and he kept afro. I was about to turn. Okay, because he didn't call the women with straight hair. Okay, she was the only one he identified by her hair. So he'd already pissed me off with that. Okay, especially being that he could use a little bit of what she had on her head. Okay, but frankly, I'm over it. I'm over black women being made to look as though we are the lowest on the totem pole. We are the least desired. We are unwanted. All of this constant broadcasting of, oh, so many black women are single. This percentage of black women are single compared to this number. Okay, for one, black women are not the only ethnic group of women who have high rates of being single. Okay, that's number one. All right, but for some reason, black women are the ones who has the spotlight being just. And I'm like, why are black women under a microscope? Okay, for one, it's not rocket science to understand why so many black women are single in Atlanta. It's pretty understandable that there are a lot of single black women in Atlanta. Okay, it makes sense because, for one, numerically, it's not possible for every black woman to be with a black man in Atlanta one-on-one. Okay, it's not possible because there are not enough black men for every black woman. The numbers just aren't there. Okay, that's number one, which is a pretty clear reason as to why a lot of black women are single, especially black women who specifically want a black man. Okay, it's just not possible. All right. Two, you got to take into account the sexuality. Okay? Once you weed out the men who are homosexual, the men who are DL, whatever, okay, that knocks even more numbers down. Okay? Then when you take into consideration compatibility, that's going to also eliminate a lot of the men, because just because a man may be a good man does not mean that he's good for a particular woman. All right? Like me, for example. When I was 23, I think I was 23 when I got engaged the first time. And my ex-fiance was a good guy. I mean, great heart, would give you the shirt off his back, faithful, loyal, caring. But there were some issues that were part of his personality, part of who he was, that I could not deal with. Okay? I just couldn't. And I refused to get married to him just so I could say, oh, I'm married. Okay? I refused to settle just to be married. Okay? To me, it's not that serious. And even before I got married, my stance was, if I have to be single forever in order to not settle, I'll just be single. I would rather be single and happy because I'm making myself happy than being in a relationship and being miserable. You know, or having a lot of strife in my relationship because I'm trying to make something out of nothing. Okay, because some relationships should not be, but people are forcing them just so that they won't be single. And I just was not willing to be in that category. I wasn't. And I feel that all of this tomfoolery and foolywang about, oh, black women need to lower their standards, their expectations are too high, it's hogwash, because most single black women that I know have pretty basic requirements. Okay? And I mean, yes, there are some women who are extreme and who have extremely high standards that no one could possibly meet. But I think in many cases, what women want is pretty reasonable. Okay? And frankly, all of my black married male friends did not settle. Not a one settled. All of them got what they wanted in their wife. Okay? They dilly-dallied around, dated, had a good time, woo, you know, whatever. Then when they met their now wives, it was like, ooh, this is what I want. And I'm going to have her. And, you know, it worked out. So why should women settle and be like, oh, well, all right, so he has bad credit. He cheats. He doesn't respect his mother. But he's my man. Seriously? No. Black women should not be constantly belittled and made to feel like we are just basically the bottom of the barrel. And not only is it being exposed in our own community, it's nationwide. Like, you know, Nightline is on a national news station. Okay, so you got other races like, dang, that many black women are single? What's wrong with them? And it's like, seriously? Okay, nothing's wrong with many of the black women. Something's wrong with some of them, okay? Let's keep it real. But, I mean, it's just how things work. For one, like I said, numerically, it's not going to happen. Every black woman is not going to be able to get a black man in Atlanta. It's just not going to happen. Okay? It's just not. It's not possible. All right? So, for the ones who specifically want a black man, it's a lot more hoops that have to be jumped through to get to that man. Okay? Because, for one, a lot of men in Atlanta play a lot of games. Okay? Frankly, they know that women outnumber them, and darn if they don't use it to their advantage in many instances. Now, there are men here who are ready to settle down. Yes, I mean, duh. But there are a lot who are really taking advantage of having so many women around. Okay? So, meeting someone at the place where you are, or meeting someone who you can grow with and where he will eventually, and by eventually I'm not talking many years, okay, but will eventually come to the same place you are. I mean, it can take a little time. It really can. And I mean, it's not simple. There are a lot of factors that come into play. Just because someone is attractive, just because someone is gainfully employed, just because someone doesn't have kids, doesn't mean that they're a good catch. You have to delve deeper and get into the core of who that person is, how you get along with each other, if you have anything in common. Do you have the same goals? Similar goals? Do you have the same values? All of that comes into play with finding a mate, and it's not that simple. So all of this, oh, black women can't find a man, da 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 da. I'm tired of it. Okay. And frankly, I work with a lot of white women, and a lot of them are single too. So it's not just a black thing, okay? And I'm tired of it being made to sound as though it is. Because for one, we're the minority of the population. Okay? So if we're already a minority, and then you're dealing with outnumbering the black men that are in the area, I mean, why is it a newsflash that a lot of black women are single? It really shouldn't be. Because if you take the aspects of it all into consideration, it's not newsworthy. It's common sense. So, I'm over it. I'm tired of it. People are trying to monopolize off of this and just ride it till the wheels fall off. And frankly, the wheels are gone. They are blown out, burnt out, just done. They're flat. Okay? Done. I'm tired. Okay? No more. That's my rant.